tell me, how did you get to the 2.0? What did you learn when you look at what you experienced between 1.0 and 2.0?
You know, the quote I heard from Rob Cunningham is he said that Rob Cunningham for Shasta.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, he said consumer hardware is the double black diamond of startups, as he said. And, you know, and it doesn't seem like that when you get started. Legs. You know, you're totally right. But it looks easy in a sense. Like you take a step back and, you know, you might even get people saying, well, shoot, I worried somebody would copy you or something like that. I'm like, well, which one is it? Is it really hard to do or is it easy? You know, so turns out it's really hard to do. And the reality is the hardness is in the software. So no one has ever come back and said, oh, shoot, my plastic was really not working, you know, or, you know, like it's never that. It's always that you've created yet another node of software. So you've got your normal user. And if somebody said, I want to go make an app and a private social network to families, no one would say that's really easy. They would say that's probably going to be some work. And then add in another node, the device that has to be, you know, ever present and on, and a whole nother software team that needs to work on that thing. So it actually is way, way, way more software. And they do things you might have seen in that. It's like, why don't you fix that feature? Why doesn't that work better? They're always software things. They're always features that you'd sort of experience in the app.
What's changed, though, in the hardware ecosystem in the world in terms of building products? Because I remember in the first wave of startups I invested in 5 years ago in the hardware space, they just never even got their 1.0 product out. They could barely get there. And then they all underestimated what it would take to ship and make the first products. And in fact, they sold their products. This is what I always thought was very weird. Yeah. They gave a discount to the Indiegogo people on what the actual hardware cost. So by the time it came out, if they were successful, people were buying a lot of them and they were losing money on each sale. And then they had underestimated what it actually cost to make it. And all these companies got flipped upside down.
Totally. And, you know, I think there's a lot to unpack there, right? Number one is that yet describes more stuff. Hey, I'm doing a hardware start. Well, look, did you really raise money for working capital? I think all of us go in it with the expectations we're going to do a pre-order and get the working capital that way. And when you do the pre-order, you know, and I would even argue these are the things that we even got into our heads. Okay, well, how sensational does this video have to show this amazing product for people to want to buy it early, right? And I even would argue that a lot of us were, you know, things like what was that flying drone that swam in the water and then took pictures of you? You know, there was these incredible things that were coming out that really never did, that almost set the bar higher.
Yeah.
So, you know, our big takeaway was we realized that, and we did this, by the way, that if we just subtracted about 75% of our features, we were at about what the market wanted. Right? It wasn't about more features. It was about, now that also feeds back into, hey, I want to get this to market. If you're trying to get every new feature you add in conflicts with a previous feature or another feature, right? They're just going to start to, it creates another place of a point of failure, let's call it. And then how do you ship? Right.
That's very interesting. So to rephrase that, a lot of the early hardware entrepreneurs overpromised and felt like they needed to have every bell and whistle to get somebody to pre-order, when in fact, people just wanted something elegant and simple that solved a particular task. And that complexity then drowned them in features and drowned them in complexity and in the software complexity. And then they never 100%. Shipped, or if they shipped something that really wasn't great.
100%.
So less is more, and you're even taking out more features and making it more affordable.